No, Rachel, no.
Away and creating space. Glasses. So we'll take a second to get settled in. And reverse your circle. Part of her pelvis. Maybe them tall. Just be aware here. I invite you to close your eyes. Just notice how you feel. Most of us have come across this right. Take a deep breath in. If you want to go a little towards the we're going to add that layer of breath. Right. Here you can take the left hand.
Elbow.
Sit up nice and tall. Big stretch. Relax and then cat-cow here. So inhale. And exhale. Pushing into muscle and bend in the knee. Stay open here, present with this nice soul. Good. Release. Conscious inhale. Right.
Hi, Baba. Hi, Baba.
Feel the glutes stretch. You might then release the left heel to the earth if you haven't already. Beautiful. Strap. We're going to inhale, extend, flex your toes towards your face. And then exhale. Inhale to extend.
Silly Baba.
Oops.
C is for car. A is for apple. B is for bird. A. 4 is for rabbit. E is for elephant. F is for fish. G is for girl. H is for hat. G. Woohoo! Bye bye. All done. All done. Open this. Okay. Now this is numbers. Numbers. Good girl. Numbers. 1, 2. What's this? Flowers. 3. What's this? Frog. 4, 6. 6. Well done. And what are they? Cat. And what are they? Butterfly. What comes after 6? 7. And what are they? Owl. And what does the owl say? Toot toot. 8. What are they? Might be a bit hard. Boat. Well done. 10. What are they? 11. Well, 11's next. We do the words. I is for ice cream. J is for jug. Sorry, I spoke over you. K is for kite. Bunny. Yeah. Monkey. Wow. Cool. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Again. A, B, C, ABCs. Next time. A, B, C. To sing with me. Again. A, B, C. In? Yay! I don't know actually. G knows. Okay, Google. What does the lion say? Hello. So what's been going on? Wait now. My daughter's obviously at her daddy's. So I made my breakfast, I made myself a coffee, and I sat on the porch in the back garden of my dad's house, which is what I used to do during lockdown actually every morning, because I had to, during lockdown I deleted my Instagram for a period there, and I like deleted all my videos. I was going through something and I used to make my breakfast, go out on the porch and like sit in the sun. And during lockdown it was really sunny and warm. I remember April I was actually out there getting a tan, so it really made me feel, it brought me back to that place. Physically I don't think I'm anywhere, obviously I'm not anywhere different, but mentally I'm in such a different space, so it felt nice to feel like strong and enjoy that precious time that I had in the garden. This age for babies is literally the cutest age ever. It's so enjoyable. Everything that comes out of her mouth makes me actually want to piss myself. So at the moment she has this obsession with my mom's neighbour Pat, right? I have no idea where this came from. My mom would bring her in, because my mom's very close with her neighbours, and my mom would be like, oh, I'm just going to bring her in next door. My mom brought her in one day, and apparently the Cheltenham was on, right? My daughter goes up to the telly and starts going, come on, come on. My mom came in and goes, is she watching sports or something at home? Like, what's going on? And I was like, I have no idea where that came from, that behaviour. Because she's at the age, you know, where they copy absolutely everything you do. Like she said, oh bollocks last week. This week she came back from Jesus going, yup Elva. And she can say, ah Jesus. It's so fucking funny. She's just so funny, and I want to spend every single second with her. She can count to 10, right? So I know I'm going to sound like one of those moms that's like, my baby is a genius. I swear to you, my baby is a genius. But she can literally count to 10. I don't know where she's getting this from, because I'm not teaching her how to count. Like, Jason's not teaching her how to count. But she somehow, well, obviously sometimes I'd be like 1, 2, like counting to 10, but I'm not going out of my way to be like, okay, it's time for your lesson. So then I was like, okay, I need to support her in this endeavour, because she might be a mathematician. And I remembered I'd gotten these flashcards when she was probably 7 or 8 months. I've lost track of time now. But I got her these flashcards, right? Now, this is when she was a proper baby, like only sitting up and not speaking. But I got her these from Aldi. I think they're called the Little Genius flashcards, and it's alphabet and numbers, but I'd only been doing the alphabet with her. So for example, C is for car, A is for apple, B is for bird. And she loved that, even when she was at the phase where she wasn't speaking. It was good. Like, she loves learning. Like, she wants me to. It's basically fucking Miss Rachel live, except it's your ma doing it. Like, that's even better. So I would do those little performances for her. And when I was a child, playing school was my favourite game of all time. I'd sit my sisters down. I'd give them homework. If I could get I'm pretty sure for one of my birthdays I asked for a chalkboard, like a proper chalkboard or whiteboard. And I loved having those clipboards. I got a clipboard one year for Christmas or my birthday, I can't remember which. Fucked it up. I loved stationery, like all of that shit. I loved playing school. So this is actually me reaffirming or reinforcing my childhood dream. So anyway, I was going through the flashcards with her. It'll be in the clip anyway, but I'd be like, what is after 6? And she'd go, 7? Like, what? Where are you learning this? Anyway, she's slaying numbers, so she can count to 10. Some people might comment now and being like, no, that's normal for her age, but I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm pretty sure she's a genius. I do know from the ages of 0 to 2 is the most cognitive development occurs at the most exponential rate. So their brain is expanding. It basically doubles in size from the age of 0 to 2. So they're ingesting so much and absorbing so much information. So I feel like even if your child isn't speaking yet, it's so important to get that in and to like provide that necessary information for them so they can absorb it. Even if you don't feel like it's working, it definitely is. They're taking in some of it at least. With no pressure, obviously, after talking about housing so much the past week. Because, in fairness, I feel like you can vouch for me because people who watch my videos actually know what I talk about all the time. And I feel like because since I went on prime time talking about housing, everyone's like, you're complaining and you're ungrateful. I love my life here, and I'm pretty sure that's obvious from my videos that I love living here. I don't think I've been complaining that much, but I could be delusional. But I don't think I've been complaining about my housing situation at all. Maybe in real life, but definitely not on video. I don't think. I don't know. You probably know better than me. Every single day when I go because I bring my daughter and the dog on a walk along the seafront every day, and every time I'm walking it, I always feel so to actually feel thankful for things, because I think in the past, especially if you're sad, I was trying to force myself to feel gratitude and going, you should feel thankful for this, come on, put things into perspective. But sometimes your body doesn't, it's like your brain doesn't commute to your body. So I'd be like, I know I should feel grateful for this, but I just want to complain. I just want to moan. Whereas now I see things in such a better light, and I'm able to actually feel genuine gratitude and be so thankful that I live in this area and I'm right next to the sea. I'm right next, I can get a bus and go for a hike. It's so good. A toddler playgroup that's within walking distance, a playground that's within walking distance, the mud kitchens, a supermarket that's within walking distance. That's incredible. It's so good to live in such a nice area. I have space here to be myself, have a breather. I can drive to my mammy's if I want to see my sisters. Do you know, all that sort of thing. And I know that this won't last forever, and that's probably why I'm feeling so thankful. And I was also thinking about, I think from being on TV and the fact that other people were perceiving me, and I was getting a few mean comments saying that I look like a man, I think it just brought back a few insecurities. Now I feel like, again, I don't know if I'm actually having a realistic depiction of what I'm like, but I feel like I'm not that insecure about my looks. I feel like I spent a lot of time accepting what I look like. It's not that I think that I'm gorgeous or that I'm the best looking person in the room. It's nothing like that, because I don't see beauty in a competition sense. Everyone's beautiful in their own way, which helped me so much more in accepting. But I think another element of that is, after I had a child, not that having a baby is going to cure every single insecurity you ever have. Obviously I get insecurities sometimes, they come back, and usually depending on what stage of the cycle I'm in. So for example, when I was a child, I was way more insecure as a child than I was in later years. I think when I was a teenager, because I found the tools of bleach, tan and makeup, I was able to mask all of that, and because I was taking action against my insecurities, it kind of brushed them under the rug, if you know what I mean, because I was able to just be I'm taking these actions to make myself more conventionally attractive, so I'm not going to be insecure anymore. When obviously those things come back up then when you're not where, when you're just alone in your bedroom. After I had a child, my insecurities kind of dissipated. Number one is because you don't really have time to think about them. Number two is, when I was a child, I was really insecure about my ears. Now, I presume as a kid, because I don't think they're that bad now at all. Realistically, practically speaking, they're just in proportion to my face. But I think maybe when I was a child, my head was a lot smaller, my ears were still the same size, maybe. I don't know. But you know, everything as a child is heightened. And I would never tie my hair back. Like, I would, if I did have my hair back, I'd always have my hair like covering my ears like this. Do you know, that kind of way? Or I'd have the bits down. And I used to compare myself a lot to my best friend in primary school, who was my best friend from the ages of like 8 to 15, and all the boys fancied her and she was so good looking and all that, and I used to feel so insecure in comparison to her. And then once my sisters got a bit older, people started comparing me to my sisters and being like, which is the hotter Moncrief sisters? Because you know, teenagers and children are so cruel because they just don't understand the consequence of other people, or yeah, they don't understand empathy really that much. I'm thinking back, and the teenage boys are so mean. Anyway, I was like conditioned to put myself up in competition against other people, so it would then effectively ruin my relationships with people because I would think that we were in competition. Now this is when I was a child and a teenager, not when I was an adult. And then I started focusing, like I kind of isolated myself because of that, because I was just unable to cope with the comparison and jealousy and insecurities. And then when I got into my early 20s, I was just like, that is a complete waste of time. I kind of talked myself out of it. I don't know what happened exactly, but it kind of went away. But then because of that, I was really able to spot people that would have those kind of behaviors when I was younger, because it makes you mean. Like, if you're jealous and insecure and comparing yourself, not that insecurities means that you are a mean person and you're going to be mean, because every single person has insecurities, but if you're constantly putting yourself up into competition against someone else, if you're constantly comparing yourself to the other girl that's in the room, it is going to make you harsher, more judgmental and meaner. But I think that's very normal, and why probably teenagers are so mean is because we're all in competition with each other, and then you kind of grow out of it as an adult. But as an adult now, I feel like I can spot other adults that are still like that. It's almost like not their fault, if you know what I mean. Am I even making any sense? So I was insecure about my ears when I was a child, and then when my daughter was born, she has the exact same ears as me, exactly the same carbon copy ears as me. In that moment, I remembered, it was like, you know when you know something's going to be a core memory, when you experience it. Obviously giving birth is a core memory, but when I just thought, what a waste of time that was, ruminating, constantly mulling over what I look like, comparing myself to other people, being insecure about my ears and not tying my hair up because of it, living all of my hairstyles around my ears. It's such a waste of time. So sometimes you just have to snap yourself out of it. But it's so easy as a woman, and especially when other people are reinforcing. Who made you the police of good looks? Definitely not me anyway, but I let it affect me. Like, why do I do that? Obviously it's hard not to if people are commenting on your appearance, but why do we even do that? If you're on someone's screen, they completely dehumanize you and they feel like they can say whatever the fuck they want. I don't care the fact that I have to live at home. Like, I think that's fine. But the fact that doctors can't afford to live in Dublin, like, what the fuck? Are you saying to doctors, you're not maybe you should take up another job, maybe you have to take up a side hustle? No one should be having to take up side hustles to be able to live somewhere. It's not the fact that we want to buy like a terrace five-bed red brick house in Dalkey. It's literally just a place to live. There's not even anywhere to rent. Everywhere is so fucking expensive. Like, I can't believe I went to view an apartment and it was literally 4.5 grand for a 2-bed, and it looked like a hotel room, and I was even considering it as well. Yeah, I think capitalism has given people brain rot, especially older generations, by the way that they react to us by speaking about not having a place to live. So first of all, we're met with, oh, you're so entitled. What makes you think that you deserve a house? I had to work so hard in my day. I never went on holidays and didn't buy avocado toast. Yeah, obviously it was bad back then as well, but it's very clearly in a much worse situation than it was back when our parents were buying houses, due to the fact that houses back then were probably 4 times the average salary, whereas now they're 10 times the average salary. So if you're a single person, there's obviously absolutely no chance that you're going to get a house. I'm also not looking for free accommodation. I'm not looking for handouts from the government. I just want there to be housing available for me to buy. And I can't believe I got to the stage where I'm like, oh, please, I used to go to bed going, please let me get approved for a mortgage. Yes, let me be in debt for the rest of my life. To now going, please let me get in a bidding war and actually win against other people who are also desperate to find a home. I don't think I'm any more worthy or entitled to a house than anyone else. I think everyone is deserving of a home to live. And it's not as if we're all looking for second or third properties to make a profit. The Privatisation of the housing market is what has ruined the housing market. People can't live in a home. I mean, that's not controversial. I don't think that's controversial at all. If someone doesn't work, I think they deserve a home. That's why we pay taxes that provide for council homes. If someone is working hard, I think they deserve a home. I don't think it's due to the fact that they chose a line of work that maybe doesn't pay enough, like nursing or say a teacher. You know, we know what those salaries are because that's public information that we can access. Our taxes pay those people so that they can provide for their families, so they can provide for themselves, so they can live. And we know that they're not getting paid enough to be able to support themselves in Dublin. Like, that is a problem. And I can't believe that people's reaction to me, obviously it's me directly that they're speaking of, but I was trying to more so refer to people who are paid by the public, so we know how much money they're making, and yet still blaming them that they can't get a house. Because I know my profession isn't needed. I'm not an essential service. Like, you don't need more influencers in Dublin. You know, I don't care. I can emigrate if I want to. That's not the problem. But the matter of fact is that people are pointing the finger and going, well, in my day, I saved and I didn't go on holidays. It's like, what nurses do you know are going on 6 holidays a year and like getting avocado toast and even if they are getting avocado toast and lattes, that does not compare to the amount that you need to pay for a home in Dublin. So it's incredibly infuriating and frustrating that people are still, and it's not even the government saying this, but they're probably rubbing their hands together going, ha ha ha, they're all fighting again so we can get away with it. Whereas like boomers are going around being like, yeah, well, maybe you should take up a third job. Fuck off! I have a really idealistic view. Now, I'm interested in politics, but I don't understand it. I tried to do economics when I was in school. I don't understand it. I don't really understand politics as well. I am of the opinion that everyone needs to be cared for and looked after, regardless of if you think that they're abusing the system or not. I just think it's really, people just are lacking more and more compassion, and I do think that's due to the fact that capitalism promotes individualism, and a lot of people's brains are getting conditioned to only care for themselves rather than everyone for the good of all, and that's a really dangerous territory to be in. There is absolutely no reason for more than 4,000 children to be in emergency accommodation. I mean, what is your response to that? Going, well, maybe they should take up a side hustle, bring back child slave labour. Like, there's absolutely no logic to the things that people are saying. Like, it's genuine brain rot. It's almost like a fucking episode of Black Mirror. People being like, you're not working hard enough. Yeah, I just think it's really disappointing that so many people feel like they have to emigrate for a better quality of life. And I know that every country has their problems. Yeah, and I know my situation isn't the worst. I have nothing to complain about personally, but it's just frustrating that so many people my age have to emigrate for a better quality of life. Obviously, some people want to explore and travel the world, but a lot of the times people have no other choice. There's more and more things every single day pushing me out of the country, and it's really disappointing because I love the landscape. I think it's such a beautiful country. My family is here. I want my daughter to be able to grow up near. I want to be able to send my daughter to an Irish school to continue the language and be involved in our culture and our heritage, but it's just like they're making it so difficult for us to be able to do that. I have my eye on a few houses, but I'm looking at the surrounding counties of Dublin, which are still expensive, and there's not that many. Like, I remember one time I was looking at a specific area because I would drive around to have a look, to have a feel for the place, because obviously I don't know anyone there and I want to like the place that I'm moving to. So I drive around the towns looking at schools and cafes and all, like, just to see what the amenities are. And there was a specific area that I was looking at and there was one house for sale